Parshas Vaeira. This week's Parsha has something very strange that I don't believe you find it any other place in the Torah. Beginning of the Parsha, Hashem chastises Moshe Rabbeinu for his complaints. You came and you complained to me. The Avos could have had complaints, they didn't complain. And Hashem continues with a series of promises. The Arba Lashana Shagu'ula. He says, go tell the Jewish people. V'tzeisischem, v'tzalti, v'go'alti, v'lokachti. I'm going to save you. You're going to be taken out of Israel. Moshe Rabbeinu goes and tells the Jewish people, Lo shamu el Moshe mikotzer ruach ha'melakosh. They didn't listen to Moshe Rabbeinu because of shortness of spirit. They were oppressed. They were weighed down by the oppression of Paro from hard work. Interesting. Kiskuni, he says, what was the oppression? They couldn't listen. He says they were scared to listen. Why? Because Paro had already given them hard work because they listened to the promises of being redeemed. So here also, they were scared that if we're going to listen to Moshe, he'll give us more, even harder work because we're listening to him. I was thinking that's also pshat of avoda kosha. They were worried about harder work. They'll make things more difficult. Just they're agav and pshat of the suki. But the Klal Yisrael, they didn't listen to him. Moshe Rabbeinu goes back to Hashem. Hashem says, go to Paro. He said, how can I do it? They're not listening to me. It's not possible. Right afterwards, the Torah goes ahead and starts telling us the yichus of the genealogy. Reuven, Shimon, and Levi. And tells us where Levi and where Moshe fits into the family and Aaron fits into the family. Tells us these three tribes and gives us their full genealogy. Finishes the genealogy and then goes back. Hashem says to Moshe, go speak to the Jewish people and go speak to Paro. And Moshe says the Jewish people are ready to listen to me. How am I going to speak to Paro? Says Rashi, seems to be a repetition. Says, yeah, well, the Torah interrupted with the genealogy. So here it's like getting back on track. We were talking about the mission of Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron to the Jewish people and to Paro. Told us about it beforehand, interrupted, so to get us back into it, it comes back to the exact same sequence. Now, that's very strange. Torah doesn't repeat itself. Torah's not a storybook. In a storybook, you go back and you put it back onto track. But the Torah is the Torah. There's not one word extra. There's not one letter extra. So what are you going back? What does it mean? So it occurred to me that perhaps we have to ask a question. Why does the Torah now go through the genealogy? In Parshas Shemos, when it talks about the birth of Moshe, so should have told us the genealogy. Why does it tell us the genealogy every year? Perhaps Pshat's like this. Pshat is Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron being sent to Paro. The Jewish people, we're going to take you out. And what happens? They go and they speak and they fall on their faces. Paro rejects them. He makes it worse for the people. The people are totally depressed and downtrodden. What's going to be the end? So Hashem says, go tell them. There's another message. I'm going to take them out. But the people are too down. So Kodesh Baruch Hu says, wait a minute. Let's go through the genealogy. You see, Moshe and Aaron are normal, plain human beings, just like all the rest of you. And yet I'm demanding of them to go back and do it again. That even though things are difficult, this is not going to be done through some superhuman effort. They're as human as you. And I'm demanding that they go back and they do it again. And they persist. And you know what? They're going to be successful. And they're B'nai Israel. There's a repetition because that's the message. The message is, I'm telling you, yes, you're downtrodden. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's something that seems improbable and difficult and impossible. They're human, you're human. If they can do it, you can do it. Persist. Go back. Try again. Work on it. And you will succeed. And that's our lesson in life. There are many things that we have difficulties with. There are many things that we have challenges with. Baruch says, yeah, you're human. You don't have to be superhuman. You're able to do. Keep trying. Keep working. You persist. Baruch is going to help you succeed.